Rusty. So happy to see you here. We're going to have the amazing Asrat Eve from Amal Foundation share her amazing journey with us today.
It's truly an honor and looking forward to talk about my work and all these amazing community members, how you can be a part of it. I love to share my story. And if there is anything else you want to ask me, I'm all open here. You can ask, and we'd love to listen as well. So, should I start?
Hi, happy to see you. So excited to have you here with us. So yes, so I would love for you to share how you started Amal. What is Amal? Introduce yourself. Tell us your amazing story. And so excited to have you here. We also have Rusky here, who is also um, part of Web3. I might also invite you after to speak. Also, Rusky. So excited to have you here. So yes, go ahead, Eve. Share your story. I'm so excited to have you here and would love to hear all the amazing things you are doing. And people are going to join slowly but surely. So I know this is your first space. So really happy to have you here. So go ahead.
Thank you. This is definitely my first space, and I was not um, that much aware of how to use in space, but seems incredible and really honored to be here. Hi, Raski. Happy to have you. So, I'm from Bangladesh. It's in South Asia, just beside India. It's a small country, very densely populated. I was born and brought up over here in a small town, not in the capital, in a small town outside the capital. And it's a very, I'd say, conservative community. When I was born there, I was the first girl in my community who went for her undergrad to a public university, and everybody was very proud of my work, my because I was a very good student, and they wanted to see me doing well, both in my families and also people in the community. So after completing my undergrad, I went to the States. I had my master's from University of Colorado in social entrepreneurship. And this is where I actually discovered myself. I used to be a very shy kind of girl, very quiet, who would just study, will do her things, won't speak to people much. But when I started to open up through the program, we got the opportunity to build projects, and this is what led me to build my own organization. I have been always passionate for my work, passionate for humanitarian work, because the positive impact you could create through humanitarian work, development work, that is so prominent. Like, it just gives you goosebumps. It just feels you, like your heart will feel content. So this is what happened to me. After completing my masters, I worked in Seattle for a while, and then one night I just took the leap of faith. I left everything, my job and work, and moved back to Bangladesh. And I started Amal Foundation. So Amal means hope in Arabic, and I wanted to instillize hope in people of Bangladesh. So when I came back and I started the organization, everyone was pretty upset with me, especially my family members, my parents, because they had big hope and aspirations from me, like I'll have a proper job, stable life, and all. At some point, they literally stopped speaking to me, and I was really sad and frustrated with life. In that time, we started working in the slum of Dhaka. So in Dhaka, we have a lot of slums, and there young girls have big issues with sexual safety and security. So I started working in the slums, and we found out like the young girl under the age of like 8 or 9, if they have been raped or sexually harassed in their neighborhood with some very powerful slum laws. So we started working, we started creating a safe space for them, preventing all this sexual harasses, and with the support of legal law enforcement, we were able to eliminate those problems in those communities. With the legal support and law enforcement, we were able to eliminate those criminals from the slum. But they started confronting us, they started giving us threats, and it was very stressful that time. Working, having stress from the family, as well as all these hardships in the field. Nevertheless, I didn't stop. I had a lot of volunteers in the beginning. Then slowly, people started getting faith in my work, and I started getting funding. After that, the organization started growing. We have more than 42 full-time employees right now and 5,000 volunteers all over the country. Apart from that, we are working in the remote river islands of Bangladesh. Like there are a lot of river islands here, and those areas are very remote. Education is not accessible there, healthcare is not accessible over there. So we are establishing a lot of schools, education centers, healthcare centers, especially for mothers who are new mothers who are going to deliver their like expecting who are going to deliver their babies, centers like that, and community centers for women, as well as skill centers. So in the last 7 years, it's been 7 years since Amal started. Through our skill development project, we have been worked with more than 50,000 women all over Bangladesh. We have helped them to empower, like with training of making handicrafts, um, like they could tailor dresses and things like that. And then we create market linkage and sell those products. We make money and give it back to those women. That's how we create a circular economy, as well as we are empowering those women financially. So these are our projects. In 2020, I have been honored as one of the Forbes 30 under 30 Asia honoree under social entrepreneurship, particularly for this project for women empowerment. Things are going really well right now. We are aspiring to be to scaling up and be a bigger organization in terms of impact, in terms of having team members and projects. So right now we're looking for support for volunteers, looking for support for establishing more projects, especially women empowerment, safety, and training center in the rural areas of Bangladesh. And that's why I'm here talking about my work. If any of you are interested to know more, please do reach out. Today I have logged in Twitter from my nonprofits Twitter page, so you can also go through and see all the work we have been doing. And I'm all here. Feel free to ask me. Would love to answer your questions. Thank you, Talia. Thank you.
You are more than amazing and so inspiring. And I think that everything you're doing is shaping our world to be a better place. So I really thank you for that. And it's just incredibly inspiring. You are so inspiring. So I just wanted to emphasize that. And thank you so much for joining here today to share this for more people to learn. And by the way, the space is going to be recorded and shared with our community. And I hope that they also listen and see how they can take part as well. For those of you who joined. Um, so Esra has an amazing organization. that she built, helping women in Bangladesh. And I just want to say, I would love to hear what are your visions? Where do you see Foundation in the next 10, even 5 years?
Obviously, as I said, it's the vision is to scale up in terms of increasing the number of beneficiaries and women we are working with. So right now we are working with around 50,000 women all over the country, empowering them, giving them tools. And all these women are mostly like young widows and young girls from the age of 12 to 20, and they have been disowned by their families, disowned by their communities. They have been victim of dowry, child marriage, and social stigma. So all these women, we are bringing them together, giving them proper training, financial literacy, making them aware of their potential, and then we're making them skilled asset for the world. So obviously, going back to your question, our vision, Amal Foundation's vision for the next 5 years is to scale up in terms of the number of beneficiaries, in terms of the number of projects, as well as we are looking for support for our strategic and capacity building, like in-house strategy and capacity building, because we are also, I would say, a young organization. We have just been there for like 7 years, so we are now right now just trying to get into the next phase of our journey as a whole team, as a whole organization, and keeping that in mind, like growing as an organization and helping the community and the country to grow as well. This has been our motto, and this has been our vision. Thank you.
That's amazing. And you've built something, so big. You're still under 30. You've impacted so many lives. So I have so many questions for you. And it's just, again, I said it before, but just the way you're helping so many women is just inspiring and making the world really a better place for women in general, from all over the world. So I wanted to ask if you have a few specific stories of some women that their lives changed through the foundation.
Of course. So I can share a few stories, few experiences. On top of my head, I can share my very recent experience with. So as some of you know that the Rohingya refugees from Myanmar, has been moved to Bangladesh due to some political and geo political incident. So when the refugees arrive, there has been a big massacre and genocide from that part of Myanmar, and they have lost their family members. Mostly the women have been raped and lost their husbands. And as Amal Foundation works for um, relief and disaster relief, so I was along with my team. We were distributing food in the top of a hill in Bangladesh, and then there I saw a young girl. She's like 14 or 15 years old. I'm very she's very scared. She's like shivering and very skinny because they had made a long journey back from Myanmar to Bangladesh. They have walked for like 7 to 10 days. They have swum across the river. Anyways, so I went to her, and I it was like hot summer days, and I saw that she's carrying a blanket. So I just got a little bit of interest, like what's in there. So I asked her, like, it's so hot, it's in summer, why you are carrying this blanket? What's inside? And then she said, come, I'll show you. So I took a peek. She opened the blanket, and I was shocked. It was a newborn baby. So the young girl just gave birth like an hour ago, and in that situation, she climbed the whole hilly mountain areas just to get some food. And that situation really broke me. It really shook me to my core. Like these people has been going through so much suffering, especially the girls. So from there, I promised her that obviously I'll create a shelter for your baby. So I went back to the capital. I spoke to my team members and raised money for a shelter for her. And eventually, we raised money for 572 shelters for those refugees. And we created a village. After creating that village, that girl's name is Amina. So one day she came to me and she was saying that they had a proper life there. They were so financially softened back in Myanmar, but right now they're just living hand to mouth. They have no source of income, but she wants to study. She wants to earn. She wants to contribute to her children, to her family. So again, thinking that, having that in mind, I, along with my team, we raised funds for establishing a center where girls can learn things like making handicrafts, making traditional bags, rugs, baskets. So when we established that, and Amina came, she started learning, and after that, she became a trainer. She started teaching the fellow refugee women in her camp. Af- and after that, all those things has been made. We used to bring it back to the capital. We used to export it back to US, UK, different countries, and it went pretty popular. And whatever money has been made, it went back for their development. So this is something very close to my heart. I find Amina and all of them very, very inspirational for me. Like they are my diving force, and whenever I go, I visit them. I'll sit in their small tarpaulin shelter. I'll have tea, and trust me, the tea tastes so good. It's like better than any best of the five-star hotels. It's just it has so much love, care, and gratitude. So yeah, so that's it. That's one of the stories. There are many more. I'd love to share more if time permits, or maybe we can talk later in our space time. Thanks, Talia.
I'm so touched. Like, what a story. I can't even imagine. And I think, what you're doing for these girls, it's insane. It's literally life changing. Um, and I can't even imagine what you felt when you saw that girl, when you met her for the first time. It's insane. So it's even like, it's crazy that people in this day and age need to go through this. So I'm just really thankful for all the amazing things you're doing. And yes, we would love to hear more stories, of course, because it's just like, I'm speechless. It's amazing, like what you've been able to create. Um, and I would love to hear from you because you said you started, your foundation and you didn't really have support from your family, and yet you still did it. So, what would be your advice for women or for people, that want to start a foundation, want to do something for the community, and they just don't have this support? So, I would love to hear kind of what tips would you give them, and also share a bit of how was it like for you to start this all on your own and do this.
Thank you again for asking us a very important question you have asked. So when I started, obviously I was very scared. I was confused whether I'm doing the right thing or not, how far I will go. I had all these doubts in my mind, but deep in my heart, I had this belief in me that no matter what happens, I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna do it. And obviously it's really hard for parents to support, because they think for our good future. They'll think for our sustainability, suitable, comfortable future. So they're also right from own point of view, but things needed to change as the world is changing. It's the new era of entrepreneurship, globalization. So when my parents were not agreeing and they were upset, I was pretty frustrated, but I didn't give up. I keep telling them, keep making them understand. I remember once I was giving them even PowerPoint presentation of my work, like, look, this is what I have been doing, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to reach. And the interesting thing is when also you ask your loved one for helping you, supporting you, they feel an ownership to your work, to your project. So eventually, I started even asking them for things which I might get done easily, but still, I wanted to make them feel like this is something, this is valuable. Their participation is valuable. So that's how slowly they started gaining that faith. And when I started getting recognition nationwide, globally, they totally understood that it was not some sort of like a some hobby or something. I'm serious about it. My passion dies is the life force. It's driving me for my work, for my life. They understood that, and they started supporting me. So whenever someone want to start something, it's gonna be hard. There will be a lot of limitations, restrictions, obligations from the society, from the community, maybe from their family. But the most important thing is having the right intention. And if you have the right intention, obviously you're going to find your way. So being resilient is very, very important. No matter what happens, you just can't give up. You have to go through it. That uh, that persona really helps you to grow and to stand up whenever you will fall. Also having humility and empathy, whether you are starting a foundation or a service or a business, it's very important to understand the mindset and being empathetic towards your customers, towards your beneficiaries. Feel how do they feel, be in their own shoes. This really helps. And obviously, if your intention is right, no matter what happen, you're going to achieve your dreams.
Wow, that's amazing and so true. Hopefully, you can hear me because I'm with headphones now. And yes, I love this. I think resilience and belief in your goals, and just I love how you came to your parents and you presented it to them, and you took a leap of faith and really in everything you believe. So this is just wonderful. Um, and look, like it's just mind blowing to see your amazing manifestation, everything you have accomplished. And that brings me actually to my next questions. Do you have other goals? You are also an amazing entrepreneur, like building such a big organization, being on Forbes Under 30, meeting women all over the world and amazing people all over the world. So I have, I guess, two questions. Is one, is there something that, like, some experience that you want to share that you were like, oh my God, like, wow, this is really happening to me. I'm really doing these amazing things. Like, you have like a cool experience that you had. And the while being on this journey and traveling the world. And the second thing is, what are your other goals, in your entrepreneurial career, or is it just focusing on, growing and impacting lives through Amal Foundation? I would love to hear.
Thank you, Talia. So the best part of my work is one day I'm maybe sitting in the field. I am working in the remote islands, eating on the floor, and sitting with the poorest people. And the next day I am sitting with the royalties, all these presidents and elite class. So I find it very fascinating, and with due respect for the both class and both social class and communities, I have seen beyond that. Like, I have seen like everyone, whether the person is coming from a very poor background or from a very wealthy background, everyone is same. All the human are same inside. They want connection, they want respect and love. So this is what really mesmerizes me all the time. Obviously, because of my work, I get to travel a lot and get to speak and meet all the amazing people, starting from presidents, vice presidents, even royalties I have met. And all these people are so amazing, so wonderful. I would have never thought in my dreams like I'm someone coming from such humble background, coming from such a small town in a country which is also a developing country, not a developed country, would go beyond all the boundaries, would go beyond all the borders, and will achieve her dream and will be living in her dream. And this really happened because of the blessing of the people I am working for. Also, my intention and the resilience I have. So I'm really grateful for that. Like a few days back, I was having a meeting with the princess from Saudi Arabia, and she's actively working with me. She's mentoring me right now. So I would have never thought that would happen to me, and because of my work, passion, and intentions, it took place. So yeah, it's just the best part of being a humanitarian, I guess. Um, and the second question, I'm coming back to your second question. Obviously, my first and foremost interest is on NGO, like non-government work, development work. So developing communities, building like establishing communities, urbanizing communities where like no development existed is one of my prime interest. Supporting women empowerment, supporting women in rural areas is my another interest. Apart from that, I mentor and work with a lot of startups and small companies. I have two more food companies in Bangladesh, and all those are social enterprises. So social entrepreneurship is my another forte. I advocate a lot for enterprise, social entrepreneurship, because this is the era of not just enjoying the profit, but also creating impact, but also giving back to your community, to your society, to your country, to Mother Earth. So social entrepreneurship is something so amazing to talk about and to do. Yes, so this is what keeps me alive.
Thank you so much. This is amazing. So yeah, wow. Again, I'm sure you're going to make all your dreams come true and change so many lives ahead. So amazing to have you here, Eve, and just so inspiring. I can't wait to share what you said with all your community. And you should do a TED Talk. I mean, you're amazing. I remember we met in Abu Dhabi at the dinner table, and you were just such a light. And I can't wait to do many more things together and help in any way we can. And it's just been such a pleasure, just to hear your journey and hear all the amazing things you're doing.
Thank you, Talia. Thank you so much, dear audience, for listening. And I know your time is valuable. So obviously, the time you have given, I'm really grateful for that. I'm sorry, I might be a bit nervous. I couldn't speak in a proper way, but I hope you understood my heart. I have
Oh, of
opened my
course,
heart
you're
in
more
front
than
of you
amazing.
all.
I see Edda
Thank
joined
you.
us as a speaker. Edda, hi.
Hi, hello. I hope I don't get rugged. I was getting in and out of the signal. Amal, such a wonderful story. I joined a little bit late, but I was able to hear some of it. And I just wanted to ask you, what do you think, what is the biggest support that you need? Is it like more of a financial thing, or is it more of awareness of the cause and more people joining you, or, what do you think is needed for you to continue your work?
Thank you, Ada, for your lovely question. Obviously, I would say right now, if someone asks me what is the biggest support I need, I would say it's helping me strategically develop my organization so that I could take it to the next level, as well as with capacity building, because I have been doing really well, and I think I have achieved more than what I have planned to achieve with Amal Foundation. But now it's for time for the next level. So this is where I need a lot of strategical support and a lot of support in capacity building, in project development. Obviously, when I'll have all these things, money is gonna come anyway. So funding is definitely not the major thing, but the support to build my organization to the next level. Thank you. I hope you got my answer.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because it's really a great cause. So, I hope we can be, helpful and just getting your work out there. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
Talia has been really kind and sweet. When we met last time, she heard about my work and about all these amazing ladies I work for, and she said she's gonna come, she's gonna support these ladies, she's gonna support my work, my non-profit NGO. So I'm really grateful to have such a wonderful, wonderful human being like her and all of you being here. It's a truly honor. It's so much positivity, love, and so much positive energy over here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. And you're so amazing. And also, I wanted to say Michelle is in the audience. So, Michelle, I know you have some experience maybe with NGOs, maybe with organization. I'm not sure. So, afterwards, I'll definitely ask Michelle if she could help in any way. And yes, and we're also always, happy to help women in the space, happy to help women like you because you're really doing amazing things. And tuning this world into a better place. So it's just an honor for me that I got to meet you. And oh, I see Neta also joined in as a speaker. Hi, Neta, how are you? So excited to have you join with us to speak.
Hey everyone, how are you? It's so great to be here. It's amazing space. I also joined a bit late, but from what I heard, I wish you all the best, and I'm sure that you can do whatever you want to do in that space. And I really thank you for sharing. I mean, it's amazing, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Neta, and thank you so much, Eve. And I can't wait for all the amazing things all of you are going to do and already are doing. So thank you so much for being here. What an amazing space and what an amazing story. So thank you so much, Eve, again, for joining and speaking to us and telling us about all your amazing work. And really, I think it's just let's acknowledge like you're mentored by, royalty, by princesses, meeting presidents all over the world. Aside doing such amazing work, I think that, and you're so young, so it's so inspiring. So I can't wait for all the things you're going to do in the next, 30 years. I can't even imagine where you're going to be. I think it's going to be so amazing because, we met in the Forbes Under 30 Summit in Abu Dhabi with all these women that were also for the 50 over 50. A lot of them also fight for different rights and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, like look at all these young, amazing entrepreneurs and all the, women that have been also around over 50 um, in the space, helping each other, mentoring each other, the young women mentoring, the older women. And and vice versa, and I can't wait to see where you're gonna be. So I'm really, and congratulations on all your amazing work and success.
Thank you. So do I. So do I, Talia. In I believe it. You'll go far. You'll go far, my friend. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to all the amazing audience for listening. You just made my heart full. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. And one more thing else, actually, that I just remembered, it's amazing to see we have here audience from Israel, from France, because I know some of them already, from the US, and you from Bangladesh. So it's fascinating, and amazing to see such great minds connect worldwide here in Web3 in this space. So it's just really, really fun from all parts of the world. So thank you again, Eve, for sharing your story, and so great to have you. And wishing you a great night, because I know it's late probably for you already. So thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you, ladies. Good night, and have a great day to all of you. Take care and lots of love.